record to. Paon ang record. Ang video lang kay naga-flip mo dito. Wala ang sa YouTube upload. Ito, look mo siya. Sige niya i-recognize mo. Kung i-host na lang kaya ang cellphone. Magyapon na.
Hindi ka lang kayo malungog kung sa cellphone.
Di, diri ang audio. Ay, ang host di ang basihan sa audio.
Ano man ang host? Parang layo sila dito.
Hindi mag-send, ano.
I-try ano mo?
Ganina na uli, ano. Ikaw, saan niya? Asa edit ano sa inyong caption? Asan yung gina-edit rin? Kunaan na ganang live na. Wala, asan yung gina-edit na ano? Caption na yun yung private. Asan yung gina-edit?
Pero okay naman na.
Personal meeting na yun.
Sige lang, okay naman yung mga ako na lang ng irisdan. Pag hindi na siya ma-edit draw.
Ay, asa mo siya? Kung i-end na ko, mo siya.
Gusto na? Oh, ayun na to. Ganyan na lang to na ko i-edit. Dili na to siya ma-edit. Basta nag-live na ka.
Edit na dito siya.
Dili na. Dapat dito to siya i-edit sa ano pa lang.
Ay pa, mag-pickleball mo.
No, unstable lang yung chip ko. Lagi ako dyan ang hindi na-recognize ang camera. Laptop na lang yan.
Sorry, magani. Hindi pa magigamit.
Masikat sa partina.
Pero hindi.
Pwede ba naka-record ang Zoom? I-post lang nato later.
Naka-record man siya.
Pwede na ba?
Minsan yung ginasaybangan yung recording. Ayan.
Ano na lang. Katong ganyan, nakasave mo to.
Save 2 minutes. Hindi, tuloy-tuloy na siya.
Ano yung
Patinina.
cancel mo to ganyan, nakasave mo to.
Oh, tuloy-tuloy ganun siya sa patinina. Hanggat nung sa live stream lang. Wala.
Sige, kung inig ang makita sa save, nana, no? Okay na. I-upload lang ito after giving.
Pero magandang gihapon. Wala na yan eh. Hindi niya na-upload. At least okay lang yan. Tapos mag-i-upload lang kung may ano na.
Video po.
May video na. Basahon bilang na po. Lista lang nila. Compare na later.
Kaya nga na din.
Screen daw.
Inform na lang mga bidders na i-view na lang nila dito.
Ang screen na lang pala ito appear.
Lag siya. Lag siya. Upload ko din.
Kailang mom kay nilag mo.
Ayan na. Kung ganyan, may lumalabas. Kung yan lang ang i-share.
Okay na?
Lang kaya hindi siya upload sa upload. Ayun. Wala.
Rehabilitation, major repair, Marlica Highway, Davao City, Junction Radio Section, Davao City. The two eligible leaders, Bodega Builders, for 2 degrees construction and supply, after the examination of the technical and legal documents, it has submitted. It was found that its mayor's permit is updated and the expiration is on December 31, 2026. So fully increased construction and supply is eligible to participate in the bidding of this contract. So for Dodeca Builders Corporation and 2 Degrees Construction and Supply, our eligible bidders after the examination of the technical and legal components of their submitted bids were found to be complying. For 26 LO 0015, preventive maintenance primary roads, Maharlika Highway, Davao City, Junction, Ligo Section,
Bye-bye.
kilometer 1528 plus 719 to kilometer 1529 plus 333, kilometer 1532 plus 445 to kilometer 1532 plus 811.65 Davao City. With approved budget for the contract of 3,367,850 pesos. The loan eligible bidder Roplino Sismondo Construction Corporation after the examination of the technical and legal components of its submitted bids was found to be complying. For 26 LO 0022, retrofitting, strengthening of bridge, Bunawan Bridge 1 along Maharlika Highway MN Davao City with an approved budget for the contract of 5 mil. Ano yung approved budget for the contract ko kanina? Sa 15. Mali. For 26 LO 0015, I stand corrected. Approved budget for the contract is 67,357,000 and our eligible bidder of Venus Mundo Construction Corporation after the examination of the technical and legal components of its submitted bids was found to be complying. For 26 LO 0022, retrofitting, strengthening of bridge, Bunawan Bridge 1 along Maharlika Highway, MN Davao City with an approved budget for the contract of 5,500,500 pesos. 2 Degrees Construction and Supply. After the examination of the technical and legal components of its submitted bids was found to be eligible to participate in the bidding of this contract for the reason that its mayor's permit is updated and its expiration is reflected as December 31, 2026. And after the examination of the legal and technical components of its submitted bid, 2 Degrees Construction and Supply was found to be compliant. For 26 LO 0038, preventive maintenance of road, asphalt overlay, Maharlika Highway MN, kilometer 1459 plus 818 to kilometer 1460 plus 812 Davao del Norte with an approved budget for the contract of 73,435,535 pesos. Our eligible bidders, Roplinos Mundo Construction Corporation, Supreme ABF Construction and Construction Supply Company Incorporated, and BN Construction Incorporated after the examination of the technical and legal components of their submitted bids were found to be complying. And for 26 LO 0047, preventive maintenance primary roads, Maharlika Highway MN kilometer 1460 plus 812 to kilometer 1463 plus 300 Davao del Norte. Our loan eligible bidder BN Construction Incorporated after the examination of the legal and technical components of the submitted bid was found to be complying. The approved budget for the contract of 26 LO 0047 is 201,077,050 pesos. We will now open the second envelope containing the financial components of the submitted bids of the eligible and complying bidders.
April.
May.
June.
For 26LO007, 26LO0007, rehabilitation, major repair of bridge, Governor and also Bridge 1 along Marnica Highway, Davao City, Junction, Digos Section, Davao City. Rehabilitation, major repair of bridge, Governor and also Bridge 1 along Marnica Highway, Davao City, Junction, Digos Section, Davao City with an approved budget for the contract of 3,782,800 pesos. After the examination of the financial components of the bids of DPWH Builders Corporation and 2 Degrees Construction and Supply, no eligible and complying bidders were also found to be responsive. So, Ma'am Agnes Aulan, the head of the technical working group, will review the results of the bids.
For 26L00007, rehabilitation major repair of bridge, Governor Nerosa Bridge 1, along Maharlika Highway, Davao City Junction, Vigo Section, Davao City. The approved budget for the contract is 3,782,800 pesos. And the bid offer of Dodeca Builders Corporation is 3,593,659 pesos and 70 centavos. 3,593,659 pesos and 70 centavos. And for 2 Degrees Construction and Supply, its bid offer is 3,767,788 pesos and 6 centavos. 3,767,788 pesos and 6 centavos, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Ma'am Agnes. So, for 26LO0007, rehabilitation, major repair of bridge, Governor Nerosa Bridge 1, along Maharlika Highway, Davao City, Junction Diego Section, Davao City. Then approved budget for the contract of 3,782,800 pesos. The first lowest bidder is DPWH Builders Corporation with a bid amount of 189,140 pesos and 30 centavos. And the second lowest bidder is 2 Degrees Construction and Supply. I'm sorry. As a variance pala yun. Sige. For DPWH Builders Corporation, its bid amount is 3,593,659 pesos and 70 centavos, making its bid as the lowest bidder. And for 2 Degrees Construction and Supply, the second lowest bidder, the amount is 3,767,788 pesos and 6 centavos. For 26LO0015, preventive maintenance primary roads, Maharlika Highway, Davao City to Junction Digo Section, kilometer 1528 plus 719 to kilometer 1529 plus 333, kilometer 1532 plus 445 to kilometer 1532 plus 811.65 Davao City with an approved budget for the contract of 67,357,000. Our low eligible and complying bidder, Roplinosis Mundo Construction Corporation, after the examination of the financial components of a submitted bid, was found to be responsive. So, Agnes Aulan will read the result of the bid.
For 26L00015, preventive maintenance primary roads, Maharlika Highway, Davao City to Junction Digo Section, at 2 sections from kilometer 1528 plus 719 to kilometer 1532 plus 811.65 Davao City. The approved budget for the contract is 67,357,000 pesos, and the bid offer over loan bidder Roplinosis Mundo Construction Corporation is 67,255,901 pesos and 28 centavos. 67,255,901 pesos and 28 centavos.
So for 26LO0015, our loan and eligible bidder, which was also found to be responsive, as a bid amount of 67,255,901 pesos and 28 centavos. For 26LO0022, retrofitting, strengthening of bridge, Bunawan Bridge 1 along Maharlika Highway, MM Davao City with an approved budget for the contract of 5,500,500 pesos. Our loan eligible and complying bidder to increase construction and supply after the examination of the financial components of its submitted bid was also found to be responsive on ating Saldana review result.
For 26LO0022, retrofitting, strengthening of bridge, Bunawan Bridge 1, along Maharlika Highway, Davao City. The approved budget for the contract is 5,500,500 pesos. And the bid offer over loan bidder to Degrees Construction and Supply is 5,470,476 pesos. 5,470,476 pesos.
For 26LO0022, 2 Degrees Construction and Supply, our eligible and complying bidder, which was also found to be responsive, receiving the amount of 5,470,476 pesos. For 26LO0038, preventive maintenance of road asphalt overlay, Maharlika Highway MN, kilometer 1459 plus 818 to kilometer 1460 plus 812, Davao del Norte, with an approved budget for the contract of 73,435,535 pesos. Our eligible and complying bidders, Rockinos Mundo Construction Corporation, Supreme ATF Construction and Construction Supply Company Incorporated, and VN Construction Incorporated, after the examination of the financial components of their submitted bids, were found to be responsive. So the head of the technical working group, Agnes Aldana, will read the results of the bids.
For 26LO0038, preventive maintenance of road asphalt overlay, Maharlika Highway, kilometer 1459 plus 818 to kilometer 1460 plus 812, Davao del Norte. The approved budget for the contract is 73,435,535 pesos. And the bid offer of Rockinos Mundo Construction Corporation is 73,334,466 pesos and 95 centavos. 73,334,466 pesos and 95 centavos. For Supreme ABF Construction and Construction Supply Company Incorporated, it has a discount of 20% from the bid amount. And the new bid offer is 58,737,444 pesos and 40 centavos. 58,737,444 pesos and 40 centavos. For VN Construction Incorporated, this bid offer is 64,190,843 pesos and 90 centavos. 64,190,843 pesos and 19 centavos.
For 26LO0038, preventive maintenance of road asphalt overlay, Maharlika Highway MN, kilometer 1459 plus 818 to kilometer 1460 plus 812, Davao del Norte, with an approved budget for the contract of 73,135,535 pesos. The first lowest bidder is Supreme ABF Construction and Construction Supply Company Incorporated, with a bid amount of 58,737,444 pesos and 40 centavos. The second lowest bidder is VN Construction Incorporated, with a bid amount of 64,190,843 pesos and 19 centavos. And the third lowest bidder is Rockinos Mundo Construction Corporation, with a bid amount of 73,334,466 pesos and 95 centavos. For 26LO0047, preventive maintenance primary roads, Maharlika Highway, MN kilometer 1460 plus 812 to kilometer 1463 plus 300, Davao del Norte, with an approved budget for the contract of 201,077,050 pesos. Our loan eligible and complying bidder, VA Construction Incorporated, after the examination of the financial component of its submitted bid, was found to be responsive. Ma'am Agnes Aldana will be the result of its submitted bid.
For 26LO0047, preventive maintenance primary roads, Maharlika Highway, kilometer 1460 plus 812 to kilometer 1463 plus 300, Davao del Norte. The approved budget for the contract is 201,077,050 pesos. And the bid offer of our loan bidder, BN Construction Incorporated, is 173,635,063 pesos and 81 centavos. 173,635,063 pesos and 81 centavos.
Thank you, Ma'am Agnes. So for 26LO0047, preventive maintenance primary roads, Maharlika Highway, MN kilometer 1460 plus 812 to kilometer 1463 plus 300, Davao del Norte, with an approved budget for the contract of 201,077,050 centavos. VN Construction Incorporated, our loan eligible, complying, and responsive bidder, has a bid amount of 173,635,063 pesos and 81 centavos. The results are subject to further evaluation and post-qualification. We will now move to the next agenda. Rebid conference for 2 projects under civil works. 26LO0023, retrofitting strengthening of bridge, Banawan Bridge 2, along Maharlika Highway, MN Davao City. And 26LO0037, preventive maintenance of road, asphalt overlay, Maharlika Highway, MN, kilometer 1454 plus 006 to kilometer 1454 plus 341, kilometer 1454 plus minus 091 to kilometer 1454 plus minus 006, Davao del Norte.
Ikaw ulit. Ikaw na may discuss.
Delete mo itong bridge mo. Saka naman siya.
Ikaw na, sir.
Delete siya.
Sige.
Pero pwede ikutang mo
Ah, sige, sige. Okay na, sir.
At wala naman yung share.
Okay naman, sir. Ay, wala na ako yun. Same na pre.
Parang kung gitawa ka. Yes, bro.
Asa yung one, sir?
Kanang number 2 mo.
Jonas ng
Kenny.
Kasi mo. Kani.
Yan, tubig ka na madala.
Part 26 LO 0023, ratification of the new bridge, Bunawan Bridge 2 along Marika Highway and Davao City with an approved budget for the contract of 6,832,200 pesos. Engineer Gallego from the Planning and Design Division will discuss the details of this project, including the scope of work.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so for the first project for the pre-bid with the contract ID 26LO 0023. The contract name of retrofitting, strengthening of bridge, Bunawan Bridge 2, B01619 MN along Marlic Highway, Davao City. So the project that was for this contract is that one, yung yellow. So that is going to Davao na bridge, so Bunawan Bridge 2. So yung scope niya is partial deck replacement, installation of carbon fiber sheet on girders, installation of carbon fiber plate on girders, with approved budget of a contract of 6,832,200 and with a duration of 90 calendar days. So for this project now, so yung mga naka-red is meron na siyang ongoing, which I think already completed. 22LO0032 for the installation of carbon fiber sheet, but this is a continuation for that project. So yung green is for the installation of carbon fiber sheet and the blue is installation of the carbon fiber plate. Then meron ding partial deck replacement yung naka-hatch. So this one, yung naka-hatch, that is itong the slab, yung may existing na expansion joint. So we will connect the deck slab. So that sa pika siguro to, sir. Itong one. Okay. Tuni siya, sir. Kani siya, sir. Kaning green man siya tong going to Panabo. Then the yellow kana siya katong going to Davao na side. Dili siya kani. So kani siya nga tulay ang atong retrofit for this project.
Ang approach niya wala ilabot.
Ang approach is included sa ongoing contract karon, sir.
Asphaltic.
Sir, reconstruction. Kauban sa underwaying to siya. Naayta reconstruction diri na part kaya ng mga PCCP and also included tong atong mga approach slab diri siya og diri side both bridge dito siya na
Ulupad ng padya.
yes, sir, kailangan nato i-correct ang atong transition slope going to the bridge. And this one naman for the retrofitting sa atong tulay. So also we provided a traffic management plan. It's because for the application of carbon fiber, during the application, at least ma-minimize ang iyang ang movement sa atong tulay. So kailangan nato gihapon i-redirect ang traffic para katong portion nga ginatrabaho is wala kay vehicle nagagi, so less ang vibration. So I think that's all for the project. Thank you. Is there any question?
So close good ang northbound, southbound.
Ano lang sir, katong portion lang siya, katong girder lang yung trabaho, katong portion ng ilang i-less ang vehicular traffic.
Okay.
I-close lahat ng parallel. For at least 24 hours lang siya.
Very good. Very good. Questions? Layo ko na naman, no?
Saan na lang?
So,
Play ko na lang.
Play ko na lang mo
Play ko
magtigil
na
na
lang.
lang. Surrender dahil. Dennis malasaw na, no?
Si ano? Si
Ang south?
Sir.
Ang north?
Si ano? Ano sir?
Ay, mga gwapo.
Karoon si Juban na. Juban.
Pero ang ilang gibutang na expansion trend, kato kaya pong guma, no?
Dili na tanggalan tong expansion sir.
Para ito nga na,
Dapat i-connect na lang mga text lab.
i-connect na ninyo.
Kaya parehama sila po. Ang ano man mo na during pagbili construction manggod pagbago usually nag-ano may na expansion kay ang kung ang ano ang girder na deflect kung hinihinay ko na deflect so kung i-connect diretso karon og gap. So pag sa time na dara na pwede na siya i-connect. Pag pareho lang pod ano pre-stress o pareho lang pod sila ano pareho po blend.
So wala na expansion.
Wala na expansion.
Idugtong na siya.
Idugtong na siya.
Kaya nag-settle na.
Any question or clarification? Wala na rin live?
Live yan, attorney. Naka-minimize lang.
Ay natapos na ano kanina. Na live.
Wala pa dito. Live pa.
Oh, ano. Wala na, close naman.
Wala na ba? Let's proceed with the next contract. Para is LO0037. Collective maintenance of road, asphalt overlay, Maharlika Highway, kilometer 1454 plus 006, to kilometer 1454 plus 341, kilometer 1454 plus minus 091, to kilometer 1454 plus minus 006, double the north. The approved budget for the contract is 32,188,540 pesos with a contract duration of 90 calendar days. Engineer Sir Giga from the Planning and Design Division will discuss the details of this project including the scope of work.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. So good afternoon, everyone. So with the contract ID 26LO0037, preventive maintenance asphalt overlay Maharlika Highway MN, section ID S0060MN from kilometer 1454.6 to kilometer 1454.341, and for section ID S68MN, kilometer 1454 minus 91 to kilometer 1454 minus 6, Davao del Norte. So this project includes the facilities for the engineer, the other general requirements, which includes the construction survey and staking, traffic management, and mobilization and demobilization, the earthworks, which includes the removal of existing damaged asphalt pavement, the surface course, which is the application of 100 mm thick asphalt overlay, and miscellaneous structures, which includes the sealing of joints and cracks and the application of reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings. As shown on the screen is the vicinity of our project. So this is located in Barangays Magdum, Magugpo North and East in Tagum City. So this project has a net length of 335 linear meters. So this is the typical of our project. So as usual, there's 2 layers of emulsified asphalt and 1 binder course and wearing course. This is an example of a traffic guidance scheme for our traffic management plan. So this is applicable during the removal and laying of asphalt with center island. So The one shown in the screen is applicable for the middle lane. However, there is also corresponding schemes for the outer lanes and inner lanes in the DED plan. So please be informed that the contractor shall prepare their own separate traffic operational plan to be submitted and approved by the concerned LGU Traffic Board. So the contractor may opt to use or to utilize the TNP in the DED in their preparation of the operational plan, or they may come up with their own depending on their construction methodologies to be used. And lastly, this is the typical details for the facilities for the engineer, which is the Bahiku.
Is it Munti?
So that would be all for this project. Thank you.
Thank you, engineer. So any question or clarification?
Ang halaman ba doon ay sari-sari?
Wala na. So if there are no other question, concern, or clarification, Ma'am Agnes Aljan, the head of the technical working group, will now read the instruction and reminders to our prospective leaders.
Kailangan ba ito ng PB?
Magbisita pag ko lang Bernas. Pito nga na, no? Pito? Practical ball court.
Good afternoon to all our prospective leaders. Be reminded of the documents required by the Bids and Awards Committee, which shall be submitted into sealed bid envelopes. The first shall contain the technical component of the bid, and the second envelope shall contain the financial component of the bid. So for the technical component of the bid, it shall contain the field job certificate of registration, platinum membership. If not enrolled in the CWA, it shall also contain the following: pickup license and registration, statement of all ongoing government and private projects, SLCC, NFCC computation and statement of total assets and liabilities, and a joint venture agreement if applicable. If already enrolled in the CWA, it shall contain any document that needs to be updated. Another requirement is the bid security in the prescribed form, amount and validity period. Acceptable forms are cash, cashier's check, manager's check, equivalent to 2% of ABC, a bank draft or guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit, equivalent to 2% of ABC, a surety bond callable upon demand, equivalent to 5% of ABC, or a bid securing declaration, which is a new form under RA 12009. Other project requirements include organizational chart for the procurement project to be bid, list of contractors' personnel to be assigned to the procurement project to be bid with their complete qualification and experience data, and per DO 227 regarding suspension of DO 148 series of 2024, only bridge and building projects requires accredited project engineers. Next is the list of contractors' major equipment units which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreements, supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project, and per DO 11 series of 2017. It shall also include the minimum materials testing equipment in the technical component of the bid. And such will be subjected to preliminary examination and further verified during the post-qualification stage. And last is the Omnibus Sworn Statement revised in the form prescribed by JPPB, which contains 11 items now in the new form per RA 12009. So the signatory is the duly authorized representative of the prospective bidder and shall be granted full power and authority to do, execute, and perform any and all acts necessary to participate, submit the bid, and to sign and execute the ensuing contract, accompanied by the duly notarized special power of attorney, board or partnership resolution, or secretary certificate, whichever is applicable. Another requirement is the ISO
Okay.
certification
Pili mo dito.
for
Sige, sige.
projects more than 30 million, above 30 million. For the second envelope, which is the financial component of the bid, it shall contain the bid form, which is also a new form, bid prices in the bill of quantities, detailed estimates including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with a bid, and a quarterly or monthly cash flow and payment schedule. So as a reminder, bids, including the eligibility requirements, submitted after the deadline shall not be accepted by the Bids and Awards Committee, and any missing, incomplete, or patently insufficient document in the submitted bid is a ground for outright rejection of the bid. Madam Chair.
Thank you, Ma'am Agnes. So any question or clarification on the reminders or prospective bidders? If there are none, we are now through with the online streaming of this afternoon's procurement proceeding.
Magbasa pa ko. No? Magbasa pa ko.
Basa sa. Ay, oo.
Ito rin.
Wala na.
Ang nag-zoom na lang. Ay, may pre-bid ba? Ay, sorry. Sino ang basa ni Sir Dick?
Ako na.
We still have
Sa
another agenda for this afternoon.
Saan ako tanan? Hantod dito sa tuloy.
Conference for giving other related services. So, our online streaming will
Ha? Wala na.
Oh, balik-balik rin ba na?
This for
Lahi-lahi ang training.
00001 over by PR number 2026 the 02 the 0003 dated February 24, 2026 for the procurement of one-stop order catering services for use in the conduct of various trainings, seminars, and orientation program for CY 2026 activities to be held at HRBS training room. Approved budget for the contract is 4,695,000. So before our resource speaker will be the details of this contract, we would like to acknowledge the presence by
Na.
of Food
Order.
Hills
Diretso na lang.
of the representative
Kung saan
from
ako
Food Hills
tanong.
Catering, although the name was
Saan
not
ako tanong?
indicated. So Sir Gaudencio Ortiz will now read the details of this contract.
Hello.
Chef. Good afternoon, Madam Chair. This is for the procurement of one job order for catering services, like you said, for use in the conduct of various training, seminars, and orientation program for CY 2026 activities to be held at HRDS Training Room, Administrative Division, DPWH RO 11, Davao City. So service required is our packaged meals with glowing coffee with water at 600 pesos per head. Menu to include 2 main courses, vegetable soup, rice, dessert, and soft drinks or juices. No pork. 2 bottled water for resource speakers. 2 standby waiters or as needed, optional. At least 3 sets of menus should be submitted and shall form part of the technical documents. Notice will be issued 1 week prior to the scheduled activities, and choices of menu will be coordinated with the end users. And billing will be made every activity is conducted. So the total cost for this purchase is at 4.695 million pesos. So this is the breakdown and the program courses. So for the first quarter, we have 6 training courses, which includes leadership training for leaders and future leaders, 48 heads with 5 days training on asphalt technology, 48 heads, 5 days training, orientation course for new DPWH employees, 68 heads, 3 days of training, pre-orientation course for DPWH employees, 58 heads with 2 days of training on laws and legal framework for road right-of-way, 48 heads, 5 days training workshop on electronic NGAS or NGAS, 48 heads, 3 days training. For the second quarter, we have 6 training courses, which include supervisory development course, 48 heads, 5 days, structural design of buildings, 48 heads, 4 days, materials testing technology, regular, 50 heads, 24 days. Republic Act 12009 and its implementing rules and regulations, 66 heads, 3 days. Social media management, 3 batches, 90 heads, 3 days. Basic first aid training for dredge and EMD area shop, 48 heads, with a duration of 2 days. For the third quarter, we have 5 training courses program, which includes training for DPWH field engineers. That's 48 heads for 24 days. Training on computer apps, MS Office using artificial intelligence, 48 heads, 3 days. Training on basic records management, 48 heads, 2 days. Course, orientation course for new DPWH employees, batch 2, 68 heads, 3 days. Reorientation course for DPWH employees, batch 2, 58 heads, 2 days. For the fourth quarter, we have 4 program courses, which includes comprehensive training for DPWH field engineers, regular, 48 heads, 24 days. Training on contract management, 48 heads, 5 days. Maintenance and enhancement training, 47 heads, 3 days. And lastly, training on materials testing technology, regular, batch 2, 50 heads, 24 days. So that's just about it, Madam Chair.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sir Dean. So any question or clarification? So there are none. Another couple from the Administrative Division will now read the requirements to our prospective bidders.
Share na po. Yun ang text.
Wala. Good afternoon once again. Reminders to all prospective bidders for goods and services. You shall submit your bid proposals in 2 separate sealed envelopes, one for the legal and technical documents and one for the financial components of your bids. Under the legal documents, it shall contain the following: DTI Business Name Registration or SIC Registration Certificate or CDA for cooperatives. Valid and current mayor's permit or municipal license. Next, statement of ongoing and similar completed government and private contracts. Next, PhilJEP's certificate. Tax clearance. Okay, tax clearance. Again, valid PhilJEP certificate, registration certificate, mayor's or business permit, then tax clearance. Under the technical documents, it shall contain the following: a statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature, and complexity to the contract to be bid. Next, statement of bidder's single largest completed contract, or SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided for in the revised RA 12009 within the relevant period as provided in the bidding documents. Next, original copy of bid security. If in the form of surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission. It's either in the form of cash, certified check, cashier's check, manager's check, bank draft, or irrevocable letter of credit confirmed by a universal or commercial bank, which is 2% of the ABC. Or surety bond callable upon demand, 5% of the ABC. Or original copy of notarized bid securing declaration. Next, under the technical documents, technical specifications, which may include production, delivery schedule, manpower requirements, and or after-sales parts if applicable. Original duly signed omnibus sworn statement, which shall contain 11 items, and if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the GBA or joint venture agreement, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. Then, under the financial documents, the supplier's audited financial statements, showing among others the supplier's total and current assets and liabilities, stamped, received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. The prospective bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity or committed line of credit. Then, if applicable, a duly signed joint venture agreement. Reminders, each and every page of the document shall be signed by the bidder or its duly authorized representative. Any missing document in the submitted bid is a ground for outright rejection of the bid. Under the second envelope, the financial components of the bid, it shall contain the following: bid form, original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form, original of duly signed and accomplished bill of quantities, original of duly signed and accomplished price schedule, and recurring and maintenance cost if applicable. Again, any missing document in the submitted bid is a ground for outright rejection of the bid. That's all, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Ma'am Alona. So, any question or clarification on the requirements for the prospective bidders? So, clarification are concerned, we will now end the online streaming of this afternoon's procurement proceeding.
Sweet. Sweet.
Once again, good afternoon.